I know many of you have a dream organization that you would like to work for. So, in today's video, let's talk about how you can actually get a job at your dream organization. Hi, my name is Shelley Piedmont. I am a former recruiter turned career coach, and my desire is to help you thrive and not just survive in your job. Many of us have a dream organization that we would like to work for. I know that I did, and I hear it all the time from people who have an organization that's been maybe in the news, has a lot of positive press, and it sounds like a great place to work. Or even it could be a local organization that has just a good reputation in your town and has good benefits, sounds like a wonderful place to work. So we have those, and in fact, as a career coach, I always encourage my clients to come up with target organizations that they would like to work for, because if the organization seems like a good fit for your interests and the culture, then it can be a great place to work. There are some good ways of trying to get into these organizations, and there are some not so good ways. So in today's video, we're going to talk all about that. So I want to give an example of what not to do, and this comes from my recruiting background. I worked for an organization that had been given an award for best place to work. And so there were many people that really were interested in working in that organization, and that was a good thing. But what happened with this particular person was that they applied for any job that they found that was open. Didn't matter if it was accounting, in our contract group, in customer service, didn't matter. This person wanted to work for the organization and they just applied. Here's where the problem was. When I would look at their resume, they were not qualified for the roles that they were applying for. Not in the least. While they desired to work in that organization, they were sending up a lot of red flags, because they were in essence telling me they didn't care what job they took. It was just that they wanted to work there. But that's not how hiring works. You have to be qualified for the job that you're going to do. When this person would apply for any job, it told me that they just didn't know what it was that they wanted to do. So there was all sorts of red flags there. Now, I let this person apply because maybe there would be a job that would be a good fit. But I do know that some recruiters get really annoyed by people that apply for every job. And I have heard that some recruiters will blacklist people that do that. So you always have to be very cautious that in your enthusiasm for wanting to work for an organization, that you are not being strategic. If you enjoy this content, I'd appreciate a like and subscribe. So let's talk about the things that you should do. And I alluded to one, which is only apply for jobs that you realistically can do. Not that you want to do, but you have the knowledge, skills, and experience to do. Now, that may be one job, or in a larger organization where many of the jobs might kind of overlap, that could be several jobs. Now, if you want to apply to jobs that are similar and you have the transferable skills, then fine, that's a good strategy. But what you don't want to do, like this gentleman did, was just pick random jobs that you think, well, that sounds interesting, I'll try that, because that will not work for you, especially in a very competitive job market where people who are applying for those jobs actually do have the experience to do that. So be very strategic about which jobs you are applying to. Another thing you should do, and what I recommend for all job seekers as you are applying for jobs, is to make sure that you're tailoring your resume for each job. That's important because the recruiter is actually looking to see if you're qualified for that job, and they want to see on your resume the relevant knowledge, skills, and experience that you have, including achievements in those roles that align with that particular job. Some people are worried that if they apply for multiple roles, the recruiter then will see they have different resumes. And I wouldn't worry about that, honestly. You know what? Recruiters want to find the best person or people to move forward in the process. And if you are tailoring the resume to actually give them the information to determine that, they actually are going to be very appreciative of your efforts because that helps them to know if you are qualified. So no, I wouldn't worry about having multiple versions of your resume. Just make sure that you are doing that so that you are only bringing to that recruiter's attention for that particular job the information that is going to be relevant. That will work in your favor. And the third thing you should do is network. Now, I know a lot of people do not like to network, and I get it. But this is a situation where it really can work to your benefit. Because if you can have conversations with people that work in that organization, and even better, if they work in the departments that you are interested in, then they can learn about you. What they will learn is not only about your interests, because you can talk about why this particular organization aligns with your interests, but also why you would be qualified for those roles. That information is important because then you can develop somebody who's an advocate for you, that can talk to the hiring team or talk to the recruiters and let them know your story. Because if you are interested in that particular organization and it does align, then that's a plus in your favor with the recruiters, because they are always looking for people who not only can do the job, but really want to be in that organization and would fit in. So having that information being given to the hiring team, aside from just what you're putting on your application or resume or cover letter, can be really, really helpful for you. So try to find people who work within that organization. You can use LinkedIn. You can also ask people around you that you have already in your network who they may know that they can make an introduction to. That is helpful. Now, if you can't find somebody within that organization, don't give up, because you could potentially find networking partners in people that are clients of that organization. They are suppliers, vendors, anybody that has a relationship with that organization can still be helpful, because through their relationship, they can get the word to the organization that you are interested and would be a good fit. So don't forget that as well. It's great to have an organization that you really, really would like to work for. That really helps in terms of finding a job where you can thrive. Hopefully, these tips will help you be able to make that a reality.